Hey everybody, this is Mike. April the 24th, 2018. Look at that, car washing since 1956. What I want to do this morning, we're in about middle of about a 3-day rain here. Kind of stuck inside right at the moment. What I'm going to do today is share with you some artifacts that came from along the Coosa River, a stretch from between Rome and the Alabama line. These relics are pretty neat. Don't really find them as far up. We're only 20 miles from Rome, and you really don't find the flake tools and axes up here like you do down there. I'll try to point out a little bit later. The real Pacific kind of nodules come to the surface down there around the area of Foster's Mill, pretty close to Cedar Creek. Just do a quick pan of them, then we'll take a look at them individually, kind of. Don't want to waste too much of your time, but I do like sharing. Okay. The first one we'll look at here is what we kind of call flaked axes. And you can see the notches on the side and the worked edges, the worked bit flaking on that. You can look at the back of it. I don't really think it was broken. I think it was like a half axe. A little bit better example. Flaked axe. And you can see the roundness of the nodule. The nodules are round. There were all kinds of shapes. Some of them were naturally butterfly shaped, and they took them and would flake both ends and notch them in the middle, and we always called them butterflies. I don't even think I have any of those. I had friends who collected back in, probably early 70s, mid 80s, and they have hundreds of these artifacts. You used to just pick them up just left and right down there when they plowed the fields before they got to the no-till. That's a pretty good example of a Coosa River flaked axe. Here's another one. You can see the notches in the side, and you can see the round part of the nodule. These nodules are the neatest thing. And you can see the flaking on the bit. You probably hafted like that, maybe. Pretty good example. This one is more like a, I guess like a celt. It could have been hafted also. But you can see the heavy flaking around the edge. It's a little light flaking on the back. Excellent tools. This one probably was a handheld. And you can see the core on the back of it. This is what the nodules look like coming, right out of the ground. And we have found lots of examples. Some of them got a red skin on them. Most of them got a red skin on them, and then a kind of a grayish inside. But that was a nice tool to be held in the hand. Rounded on the back. Be pretty comfortable for like hacking out a canoe or something like that. This one is a thin would have been a thin nodule, or was a thin nodule. It's got working around the edges. The bit especially has some nice flaking on it. And you see the back of the nodule. Hopefully. You can see that's natural. That's natural nodule with the flaking around the edge, which that's one of those odd shapes I was telling you about. Just many different shapes before they started working on them. The next one, little flaked axe. Again, the nodule, the natural nodules rounded on the back. Got a little flaking in the middle, probably hafted. Good flaked bit on the end of it. There's the core. That's what it looked like when it was coming out of the ground. When it came out of the ground. The next one is pretty wicked. This one right here, pretty wicked axe. You can see the bit. And these things, oh man, they could have made them. They could pick up a nodule and make one of these in 20 minutes. Maybe that's why there were so many of them down there. But I've got the two friends I was talking about. They actually got hundreds of these in their collection. And back when I was really getting started into it, I used to love to find these things. This is a pretty little axe, or adze. Here you can see the red outside of the nodule going around. Beautiful brown or red core on it, and then you see the flaking around the edges. Kind of rounded off in the back, kind of smooth. Didn't touch the back of this one too much. There's another pretty good one. It's not broken. It's natural on the back. Flaking on the bit. And a lot of these, they do look like they were used, and I think they just used them up, threw them away, made them another one. Again, there's the core to the nodule. These things flake real nice. There's another one. Appears to have definitely been hafted. Kind of used up actually too. This is the bit. It looked like it had been whacked pretty good. This is the back. You can see, again, I hate to keep repeating, but the nodule form, the crush still attached, and the large flake knocked out of it there. Also probably was hafted. Another example, see the core. This was just a flat nodule, probably oval shaped. There's the bit, flaking on the bit, the notches on the side. Made a real nice light axe. Really put the hurt on their enemies if they really wanted to. And I hear the Coosa tribe was a pretty warring tribe. They like to fight. That's what I've read somewhere. Pretty nice little axe. Excuse me a second. Next one. This is a pretty little axe. Got a nice shape to it. It's not a butterfly, but it was shaped out nice. You see the rounded nodule on the back again. Nice notching. Blade chipped off very well. This one is still pretty sharp. It didn't get totally used up. Here's a pretty one. It's made from a dark nodule. It could have been hafted, it could have been handheld. Either one, you know, I'm sure they used them in all ways. Nice burgundy core on this one. Beautiful rounded back of the original nodule. That they didn't make it that way. It's completely natural. All they did was pick them up, flake them, and use them till they're through with them. This is a pretty nice one. This is probably the closest to, maybe the closest to a butterfly, what we call a butterfly. Flaked on both ends. Got the heavy chipping in the center to where it was, more than likely, I'm saying it was hafted. Nice tool. Oh man, I put another chip in one. Here's a nodule. It's not broken. That's what it looked like. That's what they look like when they come out of the ground. You see the core, but it has a nice blade. See the big flaking on it, and it was probably held in the hand, you know, something like that. Here's a pretty one. This one is kind of almost black inside. Again, heavy use on the cutting bit. Round nodule in the back. Killer tool. This one, here's a pretty wicked little axe right here. Definitely hafted. The nodule, the core, and the cutting blade. Definitely hafted. This piece was worked all the way around. Your guess is as good as mine what they may have used this for. I don't know if it was handheld. Again, it does have the notches in the side. It could have been hafted in some way. This is another one. We call these that doesn't appear to be hafted. We call these choppers. I'm sure all the cultures had some choppers one way or the other, but that was probably handheld. And actually, it's very comfortable. At least it wouldn't cut or put blisters on your hand. Well, maybe blisters, but it wouldn't cut you. Nice little artifact. It's a pretty nice one. Not a butterfly, but it's got a good shape to it. Nice core left on the edges. Nice flaking. I'd say this one was definitely hafted as an axe. I think this one's got some art spray on it. I was just trying to bring out some of the colors in it. So it really wasn't that shiny, but I haven't ever bothered to take it off. These have been packed up for years. Again, that's what the nodule looked like in its raw state. Pretty nice looking axe. And up here I have some Flakes tools that were, they're not the nodule. These are just different materials. This is what I think is a nice rabbit-eared hoe, or that's what I call it. The bit, been heavily used, but definitely hafted there across where my fingers, pretty wide. I'm pretty sure this was a hoe. Here's another one. This one Probably, they may have been roughing this one out to make a silt. Pretty nice crude piece. I'm sure it got the job done. Got a fossil inclusion in it right there. Here's another little one. It could have been a hoe or an axe. Very old axe maybe. Like that one. Here's another one. It's elongated. They could have been working this into a silt, but my guess is that it was a digging implement also. And over here's a few tools. They also made, they made a few tools out of the nodules also, either a scraper. My camera looks blurry. I hope this turns out alright. Little handheld tool or knife, scraper. Here's another one from the nodule I was telling you about. You can see the core on it. Flaked almost all the way around. Could have been held in the hand like that. Got a pretty good flaking point on it. I'm sure they could have done a lot of work with that one. There's another one. Still has the core, and that's very common. This side, I think all the core, this side I think all the core been worked off, but you can see it on that side. Little knife scraper. Another one, the core. But you can see the inside of these nodules. It was very easily worked. Look at the little rounded core on the back of that one. That's pretty nice. And then this is the only silt that I ever found made from a nodule. It has your flaking. You can see, you can tell where they kind of beat on the sides to smooth it down or round it out or whatever. But look at the bit on this thing. It had to take some time and effort to grind down flint like that. That could not be an easy chore. It's basically red. Very, very hard and fine grained stone. Spread these back out a little bit. I got a couple down here I missed, I think. That one, probably a scraper. This one's a little bit odd. See the core. Flaked all the way around. I've got a point on it. I don't know if they were using that as some kind of gouge. Maybe it was a drill, kind of worked off. Big hand drill, maybe. Another little chopper from one of the nodules from down there. Fits well in the hand, smooth. Again, let me spread these out and I'll try to give you another shot of them. And again, these are from the Coosa River. Haven't hunted down there in years. I'd love to kind of get started back at it. I don't know if I showed you this one or not. If I didn't, I guess I'll show it to you again. Huge, huge nodule. Heavy. Do some serious chopping with this one. And again, that's a look at my Coosa River flaked artifacts. Hope you enjoyed it. Any comments? Give a shout out to Alabama Headhunter. He ought to be, he should be up picking up some of these if he makes it that far up. I don't know how far. I do know that they go to about the Alabama line, and that's about all I can tell you. I don't know whether they're on down his way or not. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know I sure enjoy looking at you guys' artifact rescue. So, subscribe and comment. I'll get back to you. Y'all have a great day.